Now your microclimate forecast, presented by Bill Howe. Here's meteorologist Carlene Chavis.
It's really neat that drone can help. Too bad it can't help, figure out the weather.
I don't need it to help figure out the weather. I'm keeping my job.
But, give you some tactical strategies on your forecasting.
It can give me some beautiful pictures. That's what I want to see. I love seeing coastal pictures. No, Marcella, I'm going to keep my job right here.
All right, you go tell us about those models.
That's right. I got my radar. I already got my technology. No adding drones to it. Unless you want to give me some nice pictures, then that's fine. As we go into your forecast, well, I was looking at the models for today, and we are still talking about those high winds that will return. But we did have some pretty comfortable temperatures earlier because of onshore flow. Let's take a look at how we shaped up for today, because we were running below average, about 5 to 10 degrees below average, and also much cooler than yesterday. So we had 70s popping up for portions of the inland valleys. We were at 77 for El Cajon, 78 in Alpine, also at 72 for Vista, 60s right along the coast for North County, 72 for downtown, and 70s for the mountains, 96 degrees in Borrego Springs today. Cloud cover has rolled in. We started to see that during the early evening hours. That onshore flow is still going. So that's where our steering winds are coming out of. But current winds right now for downtown are calm. We have a lot of cloud cover around, and 65 degrees is a current temperature. Those clouds that have moved in because of the marine layer will dissipate very quickly by tomorrow, and here's why. Those dry winds will start to pick up, so that offshore flow will pick up tomorrow. Once again, the first burst of high wind speeds are anticipated from tomorrow morning into the afternoon hours, and then I'll show you the next one. So around 11:30 tomorrow morning, we're talking about wind gusts getting up to 34 miles per hour for Campo, in the teens for Palomar Mountain, the same for Pine Valley, 27 miles per hour for Julian. Setting the clock in motion, the next burst is anticipated for Thursday night into Friday morning. That's with wind gusts up to the 20s for Ramona, Alpine, Escondido, also 34 miles per hour for Campo, into the 20s, upper 20s for Pine Valley as well as Julian. Continuing to have those high wind speeds all the way into Friday morning. Wind gusts getting up to 34 miles per hour, excuse me. Also Julian, much the same. That's for Ramona. If you also notice about right here, this color indication, that is for a little bit of a purplish. That's about wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour for the coastal mountain slopes. We could also see that. So isolated wind gusts getting up there. It's going to be very windy, and that's what's going to fuel that dry conditions, and that's why we're talking about those really low relative humidity values getting down into the single digits for the mountains as well as the inland valleys. A breeze more so as we go into Friday night. That wind advisory, or excuse me, the red flag warning that's in place because of the high winds, that will expire at 6 p.m. Right behind that, we'll have more of a breeze, and then things will start to calm down into the weekend. So we will have temperatures warming up over the next couple of days. 80s returning to the coast by Friday, upper 80s to low 90s for the inland valleys by Friday. A little bit cooler by the weekend and more seasonal by next week with those calmer winds. Also talking about temperatures that will be below average, maintaining that for the mountains as well as the desert. And we specified it yesterday and once again for today. So Santa Ana winds are actually cold winds, but once they make their way down the coastal mountain slopes, that's what warms us up west of the mountains, while the mountains and the desert, they're going to stay below average next couple of days.
All right. Thanks, Carlene.
You're welcome.